Hello, and welcome to this wrap-up for week 8 and 9 of separation processes. These past 2 weeks we've covered the section of the unit related to gas absorption in packed beds. So this started out with us doing a mass balance over the packed bed, and from that we were able to derive an expression, which is an integral, that allows us to calculate the height of the packed bed to achieve a given separation. We took that expression and we showed that for dilute systems we can make several approximations that eventually allow us to use an analytical expression, so we don't have to integrate anything to calculate the height of the bed. At the other end of the spectrum, for concentrated mixtures, we showed that you need to use a rigorous approach that involves multiple mass balances at different sections of the column. There's a comprehensive worked example 10.7-1 in the textbook that you can look at to get to grips with that concentrated solution. And what we went through in class today was somewhere in between how we can solve the case of semi-dilute systems, where we can make some assumptions, in particular that the flow rates can be represented by an average and taken out the front of the integral, and that the lumped constant, which was the mass transfer coefficient multiplied by the specific surface area of the packing material, can also be treated as a constant and taken out the front of the integral. When we make a further simplification, we can get that back to a fairly simple integral, which we can solve numerically or graphically. And in fact, that's exactly the type of problem that we went through in today's class. In terms of assessment for separation processes, assignment 4 is due this afternoon at 5 p.m, but as I've mentioned in the previous lecture, you have until Friday to do that if you need that extended time. The labs are in full swing at the moment. Everyone's doing their absorption and their distillation pracs on Tuesdays and Fridays, and if you haven't done yours yet, you should definitely know the day and the time that you're going to do your lab, and you should be working with your group members to do the pre-lab and the post-lab reports. All of the specific details, including the comprehensive lab manuals, can be found in Moodle. Next week we'll be introducing the next topic in the unit, so we've finished the section on gas absorption and we'll be moving on to adsorption on solids. And in fact that's the second last topic for the unit. The only other topic we cover after that is membrane-based separations. Since this is the end of week 9, we've technically covered 3/4 of the semester already, and we're heading rapidly towards the end. If you're slipping behind with the unit at the moment, if you're not keeping up with all of the content as it's been delivered, not attending the lectures, now would be a really good point to stop and take stock with your understanding in the unit. And if you are slipping behind, to set yourself some time to go back, look at the recorded lectures and bring yourself up to date. The next couple of weeks are going to be really busy. In week 11 we have both an assignment due and a class test in this unit, and no doubt in all of the other units that you're doing you'll have lots of assessment and things happening in these last couple of weeks of semester. So I really urge you, don't leave it until it's too late in separations. If you think you're slipping behind with the material now, make a special effort to try and catch up, because it will be very difficult if we make it all the way to the end of the semester and you realise there's sections of the unit that you didn't understand. I hope you all enjoy the rest of the week and have a good weekend. And one last thing, if you haven't done it already, please take a moment to complete the survey, the C2 survey for this unit and for my teaching. Your feedback's really important and we really appreciate it. Hope you have a good weekend. See you on Monday.